right, what happens when we have variables on both sides of the equal sign? Well, the idea is the same. We want to isolate x. We want to get x by itself. We want to undo everything that's being done to the x. But since we got two of them, we need to combine them into one. I have two instances of x here. We want to combine them so that we're just dealing with one x. And preferably, we want that x to be on the left side of the equal sign. So one thing that I want to draw your attention to is, let's say we just had 10x minus 4 equals 12. Well, again, we want to get rid of this 10 and we want to get rid of this minus 4. And we get rid of the minus 4, we undo that first by adding 4 to both sides. Those will cancel, so we'll have 10x equals 12 plus 4. And I wrote it like this instead of 16 because I want you to see that, look, this 4 that we originally had, I'll write or looking at the equation, we had 10x minus 4. The minus 4 was on the left side. Now the 4 is on the right side, but it's just being added. So by undoing things, we actually are moving them from one side to another. And that's what we're going to do with our variable term here. So I like to have all of the variables to the left side of the equal sign. So let's move this 6x over to the left side. So let's just undo it. Since we're adding 6x, or it's a positive 6x, let's subtract 6x. So adding and subtracting is how we're going to move things from the right and left side of the equation, and kind of back and forth like that. So whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. These over here on the right, they cancel out. So that's good. It's no longer on the right side of the equal sign. And now it's over here on the left side. And because it's on the left side with this 10x, we can combine them. They're like terms. So 10x and minus 6x are going to give us 4x. And we just bring everything else down. 4x minus 4 is equal to, remember, all of this went to 0, so we just have 12. Now this is a two-step equation, super easy. Add 4 to both sides, so we can cancel that minus 4, undo that minus 4. Then we'll have 4x is equal to 16. Divide both sides by 4. Those 4's cancel, and I'll get x is equal to 16 divided by 4 is 4. Okay, same thing here. Let's move the constant on the left side of the equal sign over to the right side. And all we're going to do is we're just going to undo the operation. So we're subtracting 3. Let's add 3 to both sides. So these will cancel, and I'll have 5x is equal to negative 2x, and then negative 10 plus 3 is going to be negative 7. And then I want to move this negative 2x over to the left side so I can combine it with that 5x. So I'll just add 2x to both sides. These will cancel over here on the right side because we don't want it there anymore. And now I can combine them here on the left side. So 5x plus 2x is going to be 7x. We'll set that equal to negative 7. I'll divide both sides by 7. And we'll get x is equal to negative 1. Same thing here again, just be careful with your signs. So I'm going to move this positive 28 over to the left side by subtracting 28 from both sides. So these will cancel, and I'll just have negative x on the left side of the equal sign, and then minus 5x and minus 32 and minus 28 is going to give us minus 60. To move this negative 5x over to the right side, we're going to add 5x to both sides. So these will cancel. Negative x and plus 5x are going to give me 4x. We'll set that equal to negative 60. And then divide both sides by 4. Those 4's cancel. And we'll get x is equal to 60 over 4 is 15, but it's negative 60, so we'll have negative 15. So I hope you're picking up that you can subtract terms from both sides of the equation if you want them moved from one side to another. Okay, this one should be even faster because we don't have two constants. We just have one constant and then two variable terms. So I'll just move this positive 6x to the left side. So I'll do minus 6x and minus 6x. These will cancel, and then 5x minus 6x is going to give me negative x, which is equal to 9. But we want x, and I got a negative in front there. So we'll undo that by dividing both sides by negative 1. Those negatives will cancel out for the x, and we'll have x is equal to 9 over negative 1, which is negative 9. All right, here I see a distributive property that we want to do first. So I'm going to distribute this 6 in. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times 1 is plus 6 equals 11 minus 4x. This time I want to move the variable over first. So I want to move this minus 4x to the right side. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. These will cancel out. 6x plus 4x is going to give me 10x over here. Plus 6 equals 11. Now this is a two-step equation. So I can subtract 6 from both sides. Those will cancel out. I'll have 10x is equal to 5. Divide both sides by 10. X is equal to 5/10, or that simplifies to x is equal to 1/2. All right, we got two distributive properties here, so we'll do them both at the same time. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. 5 times 5x is plus 25x equals, we'll distribute the negative 4 in, so negative 4 times negative 8x is positive 32x. Negative 4 times negative 1 is plus 4. I'll move the constants to the right side. So here's a constant on the left, and I want to move it over here to combine with the 4. So I'll add 10 to both sides. These will cancel. So I'll have 25x is equal to 32x plus 14. 4 plus 10 is 14. And then I'm going to subtract both sides 32x. So this will cancel. And then we move it over here so we can combine those like x terms. So 25 minus 32 is going to be negative 7x equals positive 14. Divide both sides by negative 7. The negative 7s will cancel. So I'll get, and actually let me divide that 14 by negative 7. So I'll have x is equal to 14 over negative 7 is negative 2. Again, I see a couple of distributive properties that we want to go ahead and do first. So I'm going to do those. So I'll distribute the 2 into that one, or into that parentheses. So 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times negative 9 is going to be negative 18. Then we got plus 5 equals, I'll distribute the negative 7 into that parentheses on the right side of the equal sign. So negative 7 times negative 8 is going to be positive 56. Negative 7 times negative x is going to be positive 7x. I'll go ahead and combine those two like terms because they're constants. They don't have a variable. So negative 18 and positive 5 make negative 13. So 4x minus 13 is equal to 56 plus 7x. And these look like the ones we've done before, so it should be pretty easy at this point, hopefully. Let's see what I want to do first. I'll add 13 to both sides to get the constant over here, plus 13. So I'll have 4x is equal to 56 plus 13 is 69 plus 7x. I'll subtract 7x from both sides to move the x over to the left. So these will cancel. 4x minus 7x is going to be negative 3x, which is equal to 69. I'll divide both sides by negative 3 and get x is equal to, it's going to be 23, or it'll be negative 23. One more, again, more distributive property. So once you see that, just go ahead and knock that out and then start simplifying. So I'll distribute the 6 in. 6 times negative 3x is going to be negative 18x. 6 times positive 4, 6 times 4 is plus 24. Then I got minus 6 is equal to 8 times negative 2 is negative 16. 8 times negative 2x is going to be negative 16x. And then we got minus 8 over there. All right, so I'll combine some like terms. Here, 24 minus 6 is going to be 18. So I'll have negative 18x plus 18 is equal to, I can combine this negative 16 and negative 8 and get negative 24. So negative 24, and then I got the minus 16x. I'll move this minus 16x to the left side by adding 16x to both sides, so these will cancel out on the right side. And then on the left side, I got minus 18x plus 16x, which is going to give me 2x, and then bring down everything else. Plus 18 equals negative 24. This is a two-step equation now, so I'll subtract 18 from both sides. These will cancel, and then I'll get 2x is equal to negative 24 minus 18 is going to be, is that minus 42? Yep. Divide both sides by 2. X is equal to negative 21.